Ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurs, this is KPI Pro Tip episode 6. And this is for Audrey. Audrey has asked the question, once you've developed a business idea, what are my top 3 marketing tips to go get it out there? Very different advice for someone who has already got an established business to someone who is just starting a business from an idea. Audrey, I don't have 3 tips, I have 1 tip. And that 1 tip is the one thing that most people just aren't willing to do. Those that are willing to do it, in the words of my man Gary Vaynerchuk, 80 calls a day, minimum. Every single business I've started, I started by making 80 calls a day. I'd pick up the phone, I'd talk to potential prospects, I'd talk to potential partners, more importantly, potential prospects, cold calling if I needed to, asking them for introductions, who did they know, absolutely just going for it. To try and skip that step and go to marketing and SEO and driving leads to websites and all this kind of stuff that people try to do to abdicate responsibility for actually having to pick up the phone and connecting with something and selling something, it's lazy. You won't understand your market well enough, you won't understand their problems, you won't understand their objections, and as a result you won't be able to craft any of the marketing messages. The reason our marketing works is because I know our audience, because I've picked up the phones. I don't pick up the phone 80 times a day talking to potential prospects and clients now, but my sales guns do, right? Mike and Aaron and Tom and the team over in the UK are picking up the phone one after another between 50 and 80 calls a day. And they're telling me what's going on in terms of how people are thinking and feeling. And Mike's always giving me feedback in terms of how we should be shifting and shaping our message accordingly. Because the market is always moving. The temperature and the emotion is always moving. So if you're in startup, it's about picking up the phone and having that conversation. They'll give you the objections, they'll give you the yeses, they'll give you the nos, but that's where you get the money from to then go into the production of all the collateral you're going to need to actually start to scale. 80 calls a day, 80 calls a day. 80. I almost forgot. Here I am giving marketing advice and I forget the call to action. Ask me a question. Ask me a question. Ask me a question. Ask me a question.